Scab. You probably understand a scab to be a dry, rough, protected crust that forms over a cut or wound during healing. It might be said that Harry's wife could be regarded as dry and rough and a bit crusty, but that's not the applicable description. Instead, it's the slang term that's utilised for a strike breaker, an individual who crosses a picket line during a strike, choosing to work instead of joining other people, co-workers, for the purposes of protesting. In what respect is Harry's wife drawing the accusation of being a scab? Well, according to the Express and an article by Asta Saxena, Harry's wife accused of crossing picket line to strike £3 million deal with worst offender Netflix. Harry's wife has been accused of crossing the picket line amid reports of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex striking another deal with Netflix. It has been reported that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are producing their first movie. See Parts Passim with regard to that particular clusterfuck. The couple is said to have purchased the right to the best-selling novel Meet Me at the Lake, with plans to adapt it for Netflix. An American PR expert, who goes by the alias Royal T on X, said 3 years to make their first acquisition, and they announce it now. Harry's wife, an admitted SAG member, and Harry have essentially crossed the picket line to continue making deals for one of the streaming giants that are the worst offenders of actors' rights. Experts estimate it may have cost up to £3 million for the romantic novel Meet Me at the Lake by former journalist turned author Carly Fortune. It's a love story about a couple who meet in their 30s with echoes of the Duke and Duchess's real-life relationship. Nobody's fooled by that. The novel, which shifted 37,000 copies in the first week of its release in May alone, deals with themes including childhood trauma, over losing a parent in a car crash, mental health, and postnatal depression. We're well acquainted with what this is about. However, the fact is that they have been accused of crossing the picket line. Is this a surprise? No, of course it's not. Harry's wife holds herself out as being a kind person that cares about others. Other than those that are cerebrally challenged, nobody accepts that stance from her. Her behaviour tells us to the contrary. The way that she has behaved towards her husband, towards her own family, towards her in-laws, towards her staff, towards her friends, towards people who've tried to help her, towards people in the public eye, has demonstrated not only that she is a narcissist, but she, in accordance with her narcissism, only cares about one person, Harry's wife. Accordingly, to expect that Harry's wife would show solidarity with people, no, not at all. Even though she once was an actor herself, you might think that she would come and lend her weight to it. After all, there's a bandwagon that she can jump on. She could curry some favour, gain some publicity, join them on the picket line standing outside a studio or the relevant offices of Netflix, for instance, looking to support people to get a better deal. She can, from her lofty position as being a multimillionaire, is in the position to show some largesse in that regard. Other individuals, particularly some well-known stars, have done so, demonstrating their solidarity, but Harry's wife won't. Why? Well, as you know, she's very keen on bandwagons. As soon as one trundles into town, she's all over it like a rash. But here, going and standing on a picket line actually means descending from her ivory tower and doing something. As you know from what I've explained to you, her narcissism prefers to do the minimum of effort, and that's basically talking about things rather than doing it. Issuing all of the fridge magnet platitudes and beige word salads to sound like she cares without actually doing anything to demonstrate that she does. At least Harry occasionally gets off his peasy ass and goes and does something. She doesn't. It's all jaw with her. Accordingly, to stand on a picket line would actually mean having to go and do something, and her narcissism would simply think, why? But then why would she not perhaps release a statement saying that she supports the action? The reason being self-interest. She doesn't care about what writers are paid or what less prominent members of the acting profession get. She doesn't care about the threat of AI towards those people's jobs. All she cares about is ensuring that she continues to milk the tit of cash for as long as she possibly can, because she's selfish and self-absorbed. She has no emotional empathy for anybody else, and therefore it's entirely appropriate for her, as a hypocrite also, to do whatever it takes for her, irrespective of how it might impact upon other people. Therefore, she sees nothing wrong with her continuing to engage with Netflix, even as that individual has pointed out that they are purportedly one of the worst offenders with regard to not taking seriously the rights and terms and conditions of writers, etc. She doesn't want to upset Netflix because they pay her. She has no principles. She believes that she has. She has set out her stall in the past, maintaining that she has these principles, that she is this empathic individual, that she is kind, that she's appreciative, that she looks out for people, but she doesn't. It's all an act. It's all part of the facade management. And the problem that Harry's wife has is that repeatedly there comes a crunch. There are occasions where she is, in effect, invited to man the barricades, to exhibit that she is serious about the things that she talks about. And the fact is, it's evident that she's not. And whenever she's required to step up to the plate and demonstrate these credentials, she never does. Either because it's just too hard work, or because doing so would contravene her own self-interest, and therefore she puts herself first. It's a double whammy on this occasion. She isn't going to man the picket lines because that's too much like hard work. And secondly, she doesn't want to offend the studios and the relevant organisations that are having the protest directed at them because they are her paymasters. And therefore, that residual benefit of money is so important to her, she doesn't want to risk losing control of it. People notice this. People notice this self-interest. People recognise that she's all talk and no action. And this failure to show any form of solidarity with those seeking a better deal with regard to their relationship with the studios, etc., is yet again another demonstration of her narcissism in action. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.